Hello everyone, this is Aiden here, and that was really dumb. Welcome back to the channel. This video is kind of a mess, so I needed to come in and do a little bit of a narration here just to tell you what's going on in this thing. I started filming a video for the Towering Reaper, which is right behind me, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just so excited that I got him, and there are no videos about him online, so I wanted to do a video. And I just kind of started filming, and it turned out really crappy. Sorry if this isn't the best camera angle, by the way. So, I took a day off to think about what I was actually going to do, and I decided to film a tutorial on how to set them up. So what you're going to see is the intro, the second intro that you're going to see right here, coming up right now, is when I first got him. Then we're going to cut to a day later when I actually did the tutorial on how to set him up. So just a little bit of context for you there. Enjoy. Hello everyone, my name is Aiden and welcome back to the channel. I just posted a video, like, I don't know when this is coming out, probably as soon as possible. I am still sick. In fact, the last video that you saw about the new Spirit Halloween animatronic, I filmed about 10 minutes ago. But, you know, right as I finished filming that video, I got a little text on my phone saying a little package was here for me. And you can see I kind of freaked out. Then I got a text on my... outside. Okay, so yeah, Spirit recently had a big sale, really just on one animatronic, the one I got. Originally 260 bucks, I believe, down to 125, which is really freaking good. So yeah, I bought him. This is the 10-foot Towering Reaper in this box. It's kind of a tiny box for what it is, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting into it. But I'm not going to do it out here. I'm going to do it out back. As I said, I am sick, so I apologize for my voice or anything. I really shouldn't be as active as I am right now, but gotta deliver the content for the YouTube people. So when you get your Towering Reaper, the contents of the box will include the function control box and support hoop. If you see, mine has strings dangling from the side of it. That's just because, like I said before, this is my second time doing this video, so I already set this guy up, and I already attached the included strings to his hip. So you won't have these on yours. This is just mine, so just ignore those. The base. Lots and lots of support poles. You'll have 7 that are labeled B, and then 1 that is labeled B-1. The shoulder frame. The costume, which is huge. The left arm piece and the right arm piece. The left forearm piece and the right forearm piece. Yes, this guy is so big that his arm comes in 2 pieces. The right hand and the left hand. The IR sensor, which may or may not already be attached to the inside of the costume. The head. And finally, 8 lawn stakes, which I seem to have already misplaced. Alright, so let's get started with the setup of this guy. First, you're going to want to place the base down on a flat surface with the little button pieces on the bottom facing backwards. The buttons face the back of the animatronic. Next, you're going to take 2 poles labeled B, and you're going to snap lock them into the base, like so. You're then going to take 2 more poles labeled B and snap lock those on top of the previous B poles, and then do it 1 more time with 2 more B poles. So, on each side, you will have 3 B poles snap lock into each other. The prop should look like this at this point. Next, what you want to do is take the function control box and support loop, and you're going to place it on top of the B poles. It's kind of hard to get this wrong because there's only one way that they can fit because of the little snap locks, but again, I will reiterate this multiple times, the snap locks face the back of the animatronic. Next, you're going to take the final B pole and you're going to snap lock it into the hole on the function control box and support loop. Next, you're going to take the pole labeled B-1 and you're going to snap lock that into the top of the previous B pole. Notice that B-1 is smaller than the other B poles. The prop should look like this at this point. You can see the animatronic is getting very, very tall at this point. Now, before we progress any further into this setup, I'd like to point out the control box. Here we see a battery pack, a 3-way switch, and a DC input. The DC input is there in case you don't want to use this with batteries, but I do recommend operating it with batteries. The 3-way switch can be switched backwards for always on activation, all the way forwards for sensor activation, and in the middle for off. Make sure you keep the switch in the middle position whenever the animatronic is not in use. Now, unless you're 10 feet tall, you are going to need a ladder to set up this animatronic, so this is when you're going to probably start needing it, so you can see I take mine out here to do the next step. The next step is to attach the shoulder frame to B-1, the previous pole that was installed. This goes at the very top, and we're almost at the top of the animatronic. Next, you want to take the widest cord coming from the top motor, and you want to connect it to the other cord, the corresponding cord, which is coming from the function control box and support loop. Now here's where things get very tricky and very frustrating. We have to put the clothing on now. As you can see here, we struggled a lot with this, and even though this was our second time setting this up, we still had to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. We ended up ripping the clothing, and this is one of the major flaws with this animatronic. It is very, very difficult to put the clothing on because the clothing is made of 2 materials, an outer material and an inner material. The inner material doesn't start until halfway up, and it gets stuck on everything. We ended up just taking the top half of them off and threading the clothing through that. We didn't film that, but it happened, and then we snap locked him back on to where he was. So, you may have to do that, and if you do, just make sure you reconnect the cord that we connected earlier. At this point, it is time to start securing him because he is going to be a little wobbly. Take the included string, tie it to the holes on the hip loop, and pull them through the installed grommets. As you can see, I already have my strings tied in, but you won't, so do that first. Now that we've got the clothes on, it is time to put the head on. Take the little fork at the end and insert it into the holes in the shoulder frame of the animatronic. There's a wire coming out of the head. Just thread that down through the clothing and let it hang. Pull the hood up and place it over his head, attaching the Velcro of the hood to the head to keep it in place. Next, pull the clothing up and grab that cord that you just threaded through, and take the corresponding cord coming from the control box and connect them. Now you want to take your IR sensor, which if it already is installed inside of your cloak, then don't worry about this step. But if it is not, you want to take that piece and find the little hole on the front of his cloak and install it using the Velcro. You then want to take the cord coming out of this IR sensor and you want to connect it to the corresponding cord on the box. Now you want to roll up the sleeves until the shoulder where you will see a little fork opening just like for the head, which you can see by my very fancy second camera here. Take one of the arm pieces, the bigger foam pieces, and connect it. Make sure you grab the right one. You want the curve at the bottom to be facing forward on the animatronic, not backwards. Do the same for the other side. Now partially roll the sleeves down. Take the four arm pieces and attach them to the bottoms of the arm pieces we just installed. Note that the fork on one is slightly smaller than the fork on the other, so you will be able to know which one goes where. Next, take the hands and put them on the ends of those pieces that you just installed. The thumb should be facing upwards. Once you've done that, you can roll down the sleeves, and you are finished with the arm installation. I hope you guys enjoyed this instructional video. I had fun making it, and I'd really like to make some more like this. Enjoy your animatronic. I think this guy is great despite being so difficult to set up the clothing. I think he is a great animatronic. I am so excited for the 2019 Halloween season, and I hope you are too, and I will see you next time.
Look who comes this way, and I thought I was trouble. It is almost time for me to take another soul. Will it be yours?